It's one of the oldest mysteries in dating and attraction. Why do women often find themselves intrigued, even captivated, by men who seem completely uninterested? While it may sound counterintuitive, the psychology behind it is deeply rooted in human behavior, emotional triggers, and the art of subtle seduction. Here are the key reasons why women are drawn to the man who shows no interest. The allure of the challenge. Humans value what they have to work for. When a man isn't easily won over, it creates a sense of challenge that can be highly stimulating. Perceived high value. If he's not chasing every woman, it suggests he's selective, and that can make her want to earn his attention. Mystery sparks curiosity. A man who doesn't lay all his cards on the table immediately forces her to wonder who he is, what he's thinking, and why he's different. The scarcity effect. Psychologically, when something is scarce, we value it more. His time and attention feel rare, so they become more desirable. Reverse psychology. When someone doesn't seem interested, the natural reaction is to try harder to get their approval, even if subconsciously. Emotional stimulation. That mix of uncertainty and intrigue keeps emotions high, and emotional highs are often mistaken for romantic attraction. Confidence without arrogance. Not needing to impress every woman signals confidence. Women instinctively find this self-assurance attractive. Authenticity over performance. A man who isn't bending over backward to impress appears more authentic, which can be refreshing in a world of over-the-top flattery. Power of detachment. Being emotionally self-sufficient signals strength. It shows that his happiness isn't dependent on her reaction. Social proof. If he's not chasing her, she may assume other women want him, because people tend to want what's already valued by others. The hunter becomes the hunted effect. Women, like men, can enjoy the thrill of pursuit. If he's not chasing, she might step into that role herself. Triggers. Competitive instinct. If there are other women around, her competitive nature might push her to win his attention over them. Emotional investment grows. The more she tries to get him to notice her, the more invested she becomes emotionally, even if she doesn't realize it. He feels like a prize. When he's not easily available, it reframes him from another guy into a rare catch worth fighting for. Self-reflection is triggered. She might start asking herself why his opinion matters to her, which only deepens her focus on him. Signals. Maturity. A man who doesn't jump at every flirtation suggests emotional stability and maturity, a quality many women admire. Unpredictability creates excitement. If she can't predict his reactions, it keeps her on her toes, which can be stimulating. Ego involvement. Once her ego is engaged, the desire to win him over becomes personal. He doesn't trigger neediness. A man who's detached avoids coming across as needy or desperate, a big attraction killer for most women. The reward feels bigger. If she finally gets his attention, it feels like a major win, making the emotional payoff even more intense. Emotional control signals strength. When you don't react emotionally to every situation, it shows you have inner discipline, an attractive trait for many women. Creates a sense of exclusivity. If your attention is rare, it feels more like a privilege than a given. Women read it as self-sufficiency. Not relying on her for entertainment or happiness suggests you have a fulfilling life. Increases emotional tension. That small gap between her wanting you and not knowing how you feel creates a powerful pull. Activates value testing instincts. She'll start watching you more closely, analyzing if you're worth pursuing. Less pressure equals more comfort. When you're not chasing, she feels less cornered, which ironically makes her more open to you. It feels different from the norm. Most men try to impress right away. Standing out makes you memorable, makes your words more impactful. If you rarely give compliments, the ones you do give feel more genuine and powerful. She assumes you have options. Women are naturally drawn to men who seem like they could have multiple admirers. Fewer chances of being seen as desperate detachment avoids the biggest attraction killer: desperation. You appear more masculine. Controlled emotional distance can be perceived as strength and leadership, heightens the thrill of interaction. When your attention isn't guaranteed, every interaction feels more exciting. Encourages her to prove her worth. She'll subtly start doing more to impress you. Builds respect before romance. Respect is the foundation for deeper attraction, and distance can help build it. Leaves room for mystery. People can't fantasize about what they already fully understand. Shows you're not easily manipulated. Women respect men who can't be swayed just by beauty or charm. Allows her to miss you. Time apart lets her feel your absence and value your presence more. Signals that you have standards. You're not just looking for any attention, you're selective. Helps avoid friend zone dynamics. The lack of eager pursuit can help you stay out of the safe friend category. Gives you more control in the pace of the relationship. You decide how fast things move, which is attractive when done respectfully. Forces her to rethink other suitors. She might compare your calm confidence to the overeager behavior of others. Allows natural chemistry to develop. Without forced interest, things unfold organically, making them feel more real. Creates emotional investment through uncertainty. Does he or doesn't he question? Keeps her thinking about you. Keeps you focused on your life. Purpose. Men with drive and focus are naturally magnetic. Prevents emotional burnout. When you're not constantly chasing, you keep your energy balanced, which women sense. Shows you're comfortable alone. Being content in your own company is a powerful sign of emotional security. Helps you maintain leverage control over your attention, means you control the tone of interactions. Suggests higher social status. Confidence and selectiveness are often associated with higher perceived status. Increases the reward factor. If she wins you over, it feels like a real accomplishment. Aligns with the alpha archetype. The man who doesn't need validation fits the image of leadership and strength. Strengthens your self-image. When you live without chasing, you naturally project higher self-worth. Encourages mutual effort. She begins to invest in the connection instead of you doing all the work. Keeps the emotional balance in check. No one person feels like they have all the control, making things more exciting. Allows space for anticipation. Anticipation is one of the strongest emotional hooks in attraction. Avoids early emotional overload. Slow burn attraction is often stronger and longer lasting than quick infatuation. Encourages respect for your time. If you're not constantly available, she values the moments you are. Gives her room to wonder about your world. The less she knows, the more she'll want to find out. Plays into the forbidden effect. What we can't easily have often becomes more desirable. Triggers. Subconscious desire to win approval. A subtle form of emotional competitiveness kicks in. Keeps the power dynamic healthy. When both people put in effort, the relationship stays balanced. Creates an aura of unpredictability. Not always being available or obvious about your feelings keeps her intrigued. Allows her imagination to fill the gaps. When you leave parts of your life unexplained, she builds her own exciting version in her head. Subtly challenges her ego. If she's used to easy attention, your detachment can feel like a puzzle she wants to solve. Encourages her to initiate contact. When you're not chasing, she might be the one starting conversations and making plans. Gives you more negotiation, power in relationships. Scarcity of attention makes it more valuable when you do give it. Strengthens the quality over quantity vibe. You're selective, So if she gets your attention, she knows it means something. Signals. You're a man with priorities. When your life goals come first, you appear driven and mission-oriented. Reduces risk of emotional manipulation. Your independence protects you from being controlled through affection. Builds anticipation for your approval. When your validation isn't easy, she values it more. Keeps her thinking about you during downtime. The mystery makes her mind wander back to you, even when you're not around. Conclusion. This isn't about playing cold, manipulative games. It's about living your life with confidence, purpose, and self-worth. Women are naturally drawn to men who are focused, emotionally balanced, and selective with their time. The key is to genuinely be that man, not pretend to be him.